Business, Bets, and Buddies, the Hounds of Business Fantasy Football League. Join us each week throughout the football season as some of the world's top podcasters discover new businesses, make silly fantasy football bets amongst friends, and promote positivity around the globe. This show could not be possible without the support of Mike King and ESPN Richmond. A special thanks to our sponsors, Brilliant Bean Media and the Walking Tall Movement.
Welcome, folks. Thank you for joining Business Bets and Buddies. I'm one of your hosts tonight, Patrick from Soaring Prophets, and we've got a couple other folks here today. We'll let them sort of introduce themselves. How about we lead off with one of my favorites, Dr. Constance Leyland. Pleasure having you tonight, my dear.
Can you guys hear me now? It's like T-Mobile. Can you hear me now? You guys whooped my butt. Like, seriously, I haven't been paying attention. And Sia's like, I'm so over it. I'm like, me too. I get my ass whooped all the time. These people are I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention for my team, sure. But, 93, 98, and you guys at 108. That's pretty harsh.
Well, if it hadn't have been for your kicker and your defense this week, obviously we're jumping right in here. Dr. Leland wastes no time.
No time at all.
Hardcore football. James, football is the one that they throw with their hand with the egg-shaped the ball. You understand now what we're talking about, right? Ridiculous.
Yards.
Anyways, folks, so Dr. Leland, what a week, because we were up against you. Obviously, we were lucky enough to edge you out, but you put a heck of a team out in the field. And this has been something that we're getting to that point in the season now where a lot of the teams are getting to that eliminated or getting into those playoff contention positions. And right now, obviously, when you go down the run, we've got a tight race at the top. You know, morning beers, our little Zen sandwich all the way from Japan. Who knew the Japanese dudes knew anything about football over there in Japan, mainland Japan, kicking everyone's butt? But this guy has been running it on us. Like, terrible stuff. He's locked up his position in the playoffs. We then have Rock the Boat in second place. We have Walking Tall, fantastic mental health organization, and one of the sponsors for this program, folks. Make sure you check them out, in third place right now. And then this is where I'm super excited. This is the nail biter. It's us, just edge out due to points over Mike Ashenbrenner and the Hounds of Football. And right now, this is going to come down to this next weekend game. It's really going to come down to if we can take and beat Miss Raquel Flores.
You're going to be good.
It's going to be tight.
Yeah.
Mike's got a tough one. It's coming right down to the wires. And for us, it's been a hard-fought year. I know that for sure. We've had injuries with our stars. We had Nick Chubb, one of the top running backs in the league, go down right off the bat. We've had a revolving door of wide receiver issues. And then all of a sudden, CeeDee Lamb comes through, is knocking, 35 points a game down for us, getting us into this. But I know for us, we got super lucky coming down the wire last night against yourself. And what are some of the things that you've been looking at? I know that as it's starting to wrap up, these events, they seem to be a little bit more tedious, trying to get everyone in there. But Dr. Leland, what are you still looking at with your team? And how do you wrap this season up for yourself?
Really just trying to hang on in there. I am actually seeing that although you guys are one of my favorite bros, not anymore. Like, listen, okay? No, like Zen Sandwich, okay? Mark Reed is my brother all through and through. Like, I know he wants to win, but he feels so bad for me. He's like, you need to move that. Look for this, but he gives me like little tidbits. He doesn't pick for me. I just kind of figure out on my own. And it's like going back to school, only I don't know what I'm pushing. And I'm like, oh, high score, great. Wait, injured? No. Wait, high score, great. That's literally what I did in my fantasy football. And then
I'm not 100% sure what we did to Mark Reed, but he's done that every time we've gone up against someone. I've noticed he's gone behind the scenes, worked with Rock the Boat. He went behind the scenes with CJ here. I don't know what we did. Like, we get him a nice green room. We put him in there every show we do. We got him the green M&Ms. I don't know what else he could possibly want, but I think it's unfair advantage. And I am going to talk to Chris about this. And we're going to have to make that in next year's rule that you can't help each other out like that. Like, because Pat has me, the albatross, right around his neck.
Yeah.
At any point he asks me what to do, I am like, I don't know, pick a Cleveland Brown. I know. And he says, done it. So yeah, we have no chance of winning. But if we can beat Mike Asherbrainer, I'll be a happy man. That's it. That's all I have to do is Hounds of Business.
That's our Super Bowl now. Our Super Bowl is playoff destiny. You know, what's that?
We'll get a Super Bowl ring out of it.
Yes.
I think
I'll have Jensen draw something up for us. We'll be able to run it. But it's literally been this whole cat and mouse game for the last 3 or 4 weeks with us and Mike. Again, Hounds of Business. If you guys have an opportunity, check out Hounds of Business on LinkedIn. Mike's a great guy. He'll be able to help you out with a lot of your business needs and probably, you know, not a bad time to talk about one of our supporters and sponsors with Mike King, obviously with ESPN Richmond Radio. You folks give us the platform to be able to do this, have some conversations, some laughs, and certainly laugh at getting our butts handed to us every week by our little Zen sandwich over in Japan. But I know for us, we are at that time of year, injury starting. We're at that pinnacle point where some of the teams that are already locking up, you know, division titles, some of the stars are starting to come off the field. So it really does make it tricky going into that first and second round of the playoffs, where do you pick, you know, your all-star player? How do you have a Christian McCaffrey who's going to be coming off the field because, hey, he doesn't need to play? Why are you going to put him in? But you can't not play him, because if he plays, he's going to be, you know, 20, 30 points potentially. So is there any strategy, or is it just click and pray at this point in the season?
I think there's strategy on it. I think the strategy also, because I've noticed that when I do pay attention and I do move things around, it seems like I would score. But if I don't pay attention and I just kind of let it go, and I sometimes forget, I'm like, oh, it's Sunday already. Dude, I just forgot, you know? Then, of course, I get bumped out. I'm just happy that I wasn't the very last, which I may still be the very last.
I'm a little triggered by that.
Right? And that's okay. But I forgot. Who's wearing what, by the way, if they lose? Do you guys remember what's the losing person going to do?
I do not remember. A chicken suit? I don't know. This weekend, I'm going for a 5K run with a good friend of mine, Kate Tom's Fit, and I'm going to be wearing a Santa suit. So I figured that's
you're doing the Santa run?
We're doing the Santa run this weekend, Sunday. You guys will see it if you follow Soaring Prophets on YouTube there. You'll see some videos of me and Kate Tom. But I don't know what we're wearing. I haven't heard. Do you know?
I don't know.
I heard naked. I'm just coming on naked. So for those of you that haven't seen this before, again, Richmond, we're going to look at our analytics. We're going to look at our analytics over the next couple of months here, and we're just going to see all of a sudden like Richmond, Virginia blow up on like all the analytics information or run away. Maybe they'll even secede from the union. We haven't decided how this goes down yet, but we're in a good position.
I'm just saying, if Mike Asherbrainer wins, he still wears the hat. Like, he can be fully nude with the hat. I think that's fair, because that's his trademark. I wouldn't want him to give up his hat.
I could do that. I just kind of scoot like this. I'm already short. It's not that much down to my to my up table. I'm like, hi guys.
Yeah, you're like one press on the seat down and you're good. Yeah. You're
not
fine.
Even. I just slouch like this and you won't see me. That's how short I am.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you scan Soaring Prophets, there are 2 times that Pat shows a nipple. So, but you have to go look through our videos.
There's hours to watch, folks, but there are 2 nipples.
Okay, give me the exact time and minute and seconds, please. Like,
that's kind of like the Easter egg, though, right? We do that every once in a while. You never know when it's going to pop up. That's why you got to like and subscribe. You got to share that stuff. You never know when, a titty.
So our producer is reminding us that it's radio, so there's not much they can see right now.
Thank goodness. No. Okay, so getting back to some football, this weekend is going to be huge. This one's going to decide a lot. And again, I say that we've got some positions locked up. We've got Mark Reed, Zen Sandwich, like he's locked up number 1. Yeah. Raquel, though, Boris, not Flores.
Rock the boat.
Flores, I don't want to sass her too much, because again, she's who we're playing this weekend. kind of sort of hoping maybe she forgets to put a team on the field that would pretty much lock us in for that big win into the playoff position. But shout out to Raquel Flores. Rocky, just if you're watching, maybe at home, don't worry about putting the team on this week. Just
Yeah,
saying.
like we are willing to pay. We have good Canadian maple syrup that you can't get. I'm just saying.
Show you a
little
nipple?
back bacon. We can show you videos of nipples. We'll tell you the exact timestamp.
I can't tell if that's in the league charter that you can't do that. It's like sexually explicit imaging.
Yeah.
Is that not allowed? I'm not sure how that works.
I think we should probably just go again and talk about the fantasy football league that we're doing. It is actually the ESPN app.
Okay.
And Pat, how can you give us a quick rundown of how that ESPN app, because that's the whole point, is like, let's get you on this ESPN app. It's super easy to use. James can use it. And you can have these fun little groups with your friends where you can like throw down like we do, throw the gauntlet down, make some bets, yell roll tide.
Yeah, absolutely. So the ESPN app allows you to do all kinds of different sports as well. It's not just football. You can do college football, college basketball, pro basketball. I think there's even a hockey one. And as a Canuck, as a good Canadian boy, I can get down with that. But all these apps really work out in regards to bringing people together. And, you know, this community, this Hounds business community that Mike Asherbrenner started, we got Miss Sia and this whole group that we've put together. It's all about building, like Mike says, those kindergarten skills, right? Of getting that group of people, networking and building that. So if you're in a situation where you have clients, you have customers, you have people that are around you, this is actually a really fun way to create those interesting and dynamic conversations. So to put that out there, no one's expecting every week that they're going to win, except Zen Sandwich. The guy brings the heat every week.
Yeah.
He's probably like, I don't know. He was a lawyer, I think, in the past life. So he could be paying people off. We're not sure. But the ESPN app makes it super easy. It's so systematic. It puts your players all in line. And in most cases, puts people where they should be. Yeah. Click and drop. They do it. Their overall draft is a super easy thing. And it's just super functional. So if you get a chance, download the app, check that out. And again, this all goes back to, again, Mike Asherbrenner with the Hounds of Business, and then Big King Mike from 106.1 in Richmond, Virginia, that gives us that opportunity to come out here, explain what we're doing, talk a little treason, have some fun with our friends, and also build those relationships and grow with what we're doing.
And it's also amazing, like you said, it really is networking. Like it's like we're on the golf course every Tuesday. We get together, we do business, we talk about each other's podcasts, we have each other on, we talk about how we can grow each other, how we can, and we learn a lot from each other just because we're having fun at the same time. It's such an amazing thing. It's such an amazing, and it's just like we're all on the golf course hitting a 9-18, and we have that opportunity to chat. Right now, there's people in the comments there chatting away and linking with each other. I've seen a couple of comments with like, send me a DM, you know, I want to talk to you about stuff. I think it's so amazing. It's such a great thing to do. And you really should, even though I don't know a lot about football, I'm having a heck of a time doing it. I think it's so much fun.
It's fun to make fun of people who don't know how to have fun, right? Like literally it's so fun. But what I wanted to second on Pat is that the ESPN thing, it does have, I was looking at it, there's basketball, football, hockey, and baseball. So unfortunately there's no golf here, just FYI. I live in a golf course. I gave away my entire set of golf clubs, like my entire set, and I spent so much money. It's wood and all that. No. I hit the ball. I try to find the ball. I'm not doing that. And then my husband's like,
when did you find time to golf?
Yeah,
like you're like the busiest woman I've ever met in my entire life. Like I'm sure you've got like a headset on, like running class while you're out on the back nine.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm into paintball right now. Just don't hit me because I get vengeance on you.
Did you see those eyes?
Oh,
a dark place happened there.
Yeah, no, I have paintball, BB gun right now. That's where I'm at. I'm glow in the dark. Like, it's so fun. And then we're going to do bow and arrow soon. So I'm having fun with that. And I'm like, golf? No. Let's just do paintball. So if you guys are over here, let's go play.
I'm in. I have a fun story about golf. I wanted to do a promo because I film promos. I get Pat to do things all the time. And so we developed this promo where Pat steps out of a moving golf cart, walks to the camera, and says, "Welcome to financial fitness. Don't let your cart go out of control. Don't let your finances go out of control like the cart does." That's what was supposed to happen. But Pat, what happened? Because I have a video of it, and he won't let me show it. I want to put it on, but he's worried he's going to get sued.
It's in the bleeper reels. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm flying down with this cart. The first take, everything was good. He's like, "Let's try that one again." That was cool. I'm driving down, and there's a sign, but it's like way down. But you can see where I'm going with this. All of a sudden, I'm flying. I step out of the cart and start taking a couple steps up to the camera, looking really dapper. And all of a sudden, you hear, "Goonk!" Like, oh no! Cart takes out the sign. Everything goes flying everywhere. I'm like, oh. So that's.
And then he walks up and goes, "If you expect me to continue, James, it's not happening."
Yeah.
And in the background, you can see it. I just want to do it. I just want to put it on as one of our blooper reels. I think people will like it.
I think that would be
funny. That fun, Pat.
I'm just concerned over the liability at the clubhouse. Like, how, when you sign up for a golf membership, for those of you that don't, so you have fees that are kind of attached that are like, food discretionary. So in the clubhouse, golf cart never really fits on that bill. How about like signage usually is not in that discretionary budget that they do. So it's like, that's a big hit.
Who puts a sign on a golf course in the middle of I think it was the 17th hole or something.
Yeah, it's the 17th. Like we were that close to the clubhouse at the tee box, which why not?
But it was fun. So that just some of the things I make Pat do. Like we'll be out in the community and I'll pull out the camera and go, "Okay, we're going to do something." He's like, no, we're not.
Yeah, he's become this influencer, right? Like he's like one of those teenage girls that's always like, "Look at selfies." Yeah.
That would be me. I feel like I'm a teenager because I'm always on Zoom and I'm like, "Wait, hold on. Let me put my lipstick on. I need my red lipstick."
I kind of picture you, Dr. Leyland, like doing paintball with that big green screen behind you, teaching a class while you're running with your gun and just shooting.
I do.
Okay,
and you know what?
Paintball,
I refuse to have like this green whatever. I was like, "Buy me a pink, give me a pink." And the guy's like, "Well, I have to put it together." I'm like, "I didn't ask you whatever, but make it pink. I don't care what you got to do." So it is pink. So I was like, "Yes, husband, buy that one. I want pink." Everything is pink. Like if I could paint everything, like the football guys and the baseball guys that wear pink socks, I'm like, "You're it."
I love it.
Anything pink. But games, is football your favorite game or basketball or hockey? I know you guys are hockey over there in Canada. What's your favorite sports ever?
My favorite sport is watching my children play. I loved it. I do not watch any professional sports at all. I hate to interrupt though, but we have about 1:30 left. And I think it would be a great time, Dr. Leyland, for you to tell us how to level up and all the amazing things, because you do so many amazing things, working on degrees and teaching people, and your show that I watch religiously. Oh, we have 6 minutes. Okay, we have 6 minutes, but still, why don't you give us a little tidbit about what level up looks like, and then we'll go back to the sports we love.
I'm going to say basketball is my favorite, like Michael Jordan all the way, Kobe, Shaq, even though he can't do free throws. We're not going to talk about that. But Level Up Academy. So 2024, I'm actually going to announce that. But before I do that, I have a new project, guys. It's a last minute project. One of our brothers literally said, even from the Hounds, he's depressed right now. He's going through a lot. And to cheer him up, I say, I'm going to give you a homework. You're going to be the lead for our thing. You give me 1 minute, 60 seconds, like a TikTok or a short, like a YouTube, 60 seconds of what you are grateful for.
I love that.
And all you got to do is submit it to me, email it to projects@levelupbydrleyland.com, and I will put it on my TV show on December 28th. So I'm going to collect as many videos as possible, because sometimes when we're going down, right, when you're looking at what you're grateful for, your mindset shift, right? Life itself, you have to be grateful for. But when you're feeling so low, like you can't breathe, and just remember what you're grateful for. And some of our friends, what they're grateful for, sometimes your mind shift to a positive vibe. And so that's what I do with Level Up Academy. I do projects. I'm going to do an anthology book soon to be publisher. This is my sixth books. I do books. I did go back to school for psychology. I just figured out and found out that I have ADHD, adult ADHD 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to write a book on that one as well, for sure. And just selling courses that people need, that's not full of theory, but something that you can use right now.
That's such an interesting idea, because there's so many people out there that, again, like yourself, have educated yourself in the world of psychology, understanding how people think, but the practical, right? So dealing with psychologists, psychiatrists, that sort of thing, they can be the most brilliant guy in the room. They can diagnose out the wazoo, but they don't functionally understand day-to-day life of other people, and trying to draw that all back to a solution. I think that's a great idea. Make sure you check that out. Dr. Leyland, how do people get in touch with you? Where can they find you?
Lua by docleland.com. Or if you just go to Google, say Constance Leyland, you'll see me everywhere. It's fine.
She is literally everywhere. The marketing people have done a fantastic job on her stuff. And James, what do you do? Who are you? Where would people find you?
Well, you can find me everywhere. TikTok, Soaring Prophets is our name. We have the profiteers under us, all the people who watch us religiously. So if you go to YouTube, type in Soaring Prophets. You go to TikTok, Soaring Prophets. If you go to Google, type in Soaring Prophets, you'll find us all over the place. We do a lot of things. My co-pilot there, Pat, I'll let him explain what he does, but I'm kind of a personal coach. I teach how to level up. But I'm all about getting your body, mind, and soul right. Your soul, body, and mind. And once you have that right, then you can do anything. You need to build a platform. You need to love yourself. You need to get your body healthy by eating the right foods, exercising, getting out and doing stuff. And then you need to get your mind right, which is like through meditation. It's through getting a community around you like the Hounds that you can trust, that is honest, that will tell you when, like, that's why I have this guy beside me. Like when I am doing something that I shouldn't be doing, when I am out over my skis, he likes to say, he tells me straight out. And you need that person. You need that person to walk up to you and go, dude, what you're doing is wrong. You need to figure it out. And, we work through it together. If you don't have that person, you won't have your mind right. And it's tough. So that's what I do. And then we have people on the show every Thursday night where we interview, and we have these great discussions about who they are, what they do, how they went from, a lot of times, because the world is such a place it is, they went through extreme adversity. Some of these people went through like things that you would not even think that you could stand up from. And they've built like communities, they've built projects, they've built programs, they've built cookie dough that has protein in it. They're just amazing people, and we love unveiling their stories. We call it unveiling the stories of champions, because everyone we interview are champions. And I just love what I do. I think it is the funnest thing I do every Thursday night, and telling the stories and getting, like, I do promos for it, and I get really excited about each guest because I know they wouldn't be heard if it wasn't for us. No one would even know that they existed sometimes. And the things that they're doing is amazing. Like one woman was elderly. She had no place to live. And so she built a community that brings elderly people together so they can rent places together. No one would know about
it's
that.
It's the Airbnb of old people. It was brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Excuse me, stories. Mature, not old.
Right. Yeah. Well, folks, thank you again for joining us with Business Bets and Buddies. Make sure you check us all out. A special thank again one more time to Mr. Mike King, ESPN Richmond Radio 106.1 that you are folks listening to right now, as well Walking Tall. Walking Tall, again, a great foundation that's working to help people with their mental health and really remove that stigma. The Hounds of Business. Mike, you had a couple shouts out today, buddy. You do great stuff. Check them out on LinkedIn. And I can't believe I forgot this one and left it right to the last minute. Brilliant Beam Media, Miss Sia. We love you, babe. All the best. Let's make some money together, folks.
Bye.
This show would not be possible without the support of Mike King and ESPN Radio. A special thanks to our sponsors, Brilliant Beam Media at brilliantbeammedia.com and the Walking Tall Movement at walkingtallmovement.com. Walk tall.